pagan Arabs at the time were carrying out certain rituals, okay? The rituals would involve, for example, running around the Kaaba, kissing the stone, throwing stones at the devil.
I understand where you're coming from because we stone a jammer. You see that? Cool. And you see man kissing the stone. Me as a Muslim, I don't agree with this.
Right.
If I ever go to Mecca, I will not touch the Kaaba, I will not kiss the stone, I will not visit no graves of any of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam or the companions, because it's not going to do me any good. By me going to the grave, it's not going to benefit me. Me touching the Kaaba, it's not going to benefit me. Me kissing the Kaaba, it's not going to benefit me. Only thing that's going to benefit me in this deen is worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
About the touching of the black stone, Ibn Umar said, I saw Allah's apostle touching and kissing it. 3:32. It says here, I'll read it for you. 31 here. It says, say if you love Allah, then follow me. Allah will love you and forgive you your sins, and Allah is all forgiving, all merciful. Say, obey Allah and the apostle. Muslims are following what the Prophet Muhammad did, but you've chosen not to. And I'm asking you, why would you not choose to follow your Prophet if you believe that you should be, according to the Quran, you should be following him because he's the perfect example? Allah is directly commanding my Muslim brother here to follow the Apostle Muhammad, and then he will love him. Okay? Now Muhammad kissed the black stone, but he doesn't want to kiss the black stone. Muhammad killed innocent people, but he won't do that. I would encourage my friend Yusuf to come to Jesus.
That was war.
Because Jesus Christ is the best role model for mankind. He's sinless, he's perfect. There were pagan Arabs.
I agree.
You know, before Muhammad came along, there's pagan Arabs, and they had certain beliefs, okay, which Muhammad took on himself. For example, well, you know, according to the hadiths, you know, your most authentic Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim.
Show me the hadith. Show me the hadith.
Well, first of all, we can start off with this. What do you think about prior to Muhammad, you had the Nabateans, okay? And Nabateans would worship, or they would have a deity called Allah. This was
Allah. The name was way before Islam. Because Prophet Ibrahim came with this message of Allah.
Right, but
so this was way before Islam, the word of Allah. The Arabs, the pagan Arabs, they would tell you, but even then they used to worship Allah, but they would use the pagan statues as a business and as to use them to get to God.
Right. I think the point taken is that prior to Muhammad, would you say Allah is the name of the Muslim God? Is that what you'd say?
Allah is the name of the adjustment
deity
of God.
Right, okay.
Of God, that's his name. Allah.
But according to the Nabi, before Muhammad came along, these Nabateans, they were worshipping a God. And as I said, remember these pagan Arabs at the time were carrying out certain rituals, okay? The rituals would involve, for example, running around the Kaaba, running back and forth from both mountains, Safa and Marwa. They had certain kissing the stone, throwing stones at the devil. All these things, they would be carrying out all these rituals. And what happened is these, you know, if you read through that, let me read for what the hadith says about this.
Can we stay on one point? Yeah?
Well, yeah, it's on this point.
See me.
Sure.
I'm not one of those Muslims who can store bare information.
Sure. Yeah. Just on this point about pagan Arabs and what they would do. It's just in your own sources in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. Okay.
Are you going to one of those two sources?
Well, I'm gonna try and go to one of your most authentic surahs. Authentic hadiths, and then hopefully we can be able to find where. Yeah. So let's have a look. Okay, here we go. So according to Sahih Bukhari, 384, 3847, Ibn Abbas speaking. Yeah. So it says to run along the valley between the two green pillars of Safa and Marwa mountains was not sunnah. Okay, we understand what sunnah is, right?
The way of the Prophet.
The way. It wasn't the right way. It wasn't the right choice. It was the way of God. So, but the people in pre-Islamic period of ignorance, used to run along it and used to say, we do not cross the rain stream except running strongly. And so it wasn't sunnah, it wasn't the way. So that's what I'm saying, I'm explaining there, is what he's saying here, what Sahih Bukhari is saying is that it wasn't ever the way of God. The Kaaba was there prior to Muhammad, or that box, or however, these pagan Arabs, but it was a ritual that these pagan Arabs were carrying out, and it wasn't the right path, it wasn't the right way. However, Muhammad took this on upon himself and started, introduced a pagan ritual to, according to Sahih Bukhari, which is authentic, to this Islamic faith, which obviously throws questions on whether this is genuinely from God, because we know that pagans are not worshipping a true God. Okay. Second verse, on the same topic, Sahih Bukhari 4496, Asim bin Salami says this. Narrated Asim bin Salami. I'm
going to forget that first one.
It's the same one. It's the same. It's similar thing. Narrated simple. I asked Anas bin Malik about Safa and Marwa. It's the same thing. Yeah. Anas replied, we used to consider going around them a custom of pre-Islamic period of ignorance. So when Islam came, we gave up going around them. Then Allah revealed, verily, Safa and Marwa, 2 mountains at Mecca, are among the symbols of Allah. So it is not harmful of those who perform the Hajj of the house or perform the Umrah to ambulate. Last one I read, yeah, Sahih Bukhari, 150.
Why don't you just save some for some ammo?
Well, no, because what I'm saying, no, what the reason,
just letting out all the ammo, you're shooting me up.
What I'm doing is, I'm also doing it so that people can understand the context, that it's not just one source you have numerous sources. But go on, sorry, I didn't want to cut you, sorry, go on.
There's nowhere in the Quran that we've been told to worship when we stole the Jama, and there's nowhere in the Quran it says to worship the Kaaba. We all know this, we don't worship the Kaaba, Godwin. The thing you have to do, Godwin, and I advise you to do, is read the autobiography of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu life, and you will understand why he came. Anyone you pick. There's autobiographies narrated from all different people, yeah? So you can pick.
Specifically which one?
Yeah, you know, like when I give you sources, give us sources so that we can know which ones. If you don't know, don't worry about it.
You can read his book, yeah?
Okay. What particular?
Any just autobiography of his life, things you want to find out like this.
What about when they have a conflict? What about when these have conflict?
When you understand, let me just go on the point where you're trying to say that we brought pagan rituals. Right. We've been told, number one, in the Quran, we have 4 things in Islam. We have Quran, we have Tawheed, we have the Hadith, and we have the scholars. These are the only things we go by. Yeah? So we're saying things like, for instance, and I understand where you're coming from because we stone a Jama. You see that?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And you see man kissing the stone. Me as a Muslim, I don't agree with this. Right. If I ever go to Mecca, I will not touch the Kaaba, I will not kiss the stone, I will not visit no graves of any of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu or the companions, because it's not going to do me any good.
Wow, let me shake your hand. I'm the first Muslim I heard say that. Yeah. Because you know they do the Hajj.
Is that a Salafi thought, or is that just your thought?
This is just my thought.
It's a personal.
I think it's dangerous for me to go out to a grave and think, oh wow, Prophet Muhammad's in there, and when his job's over. He's done his job, and I've got to follow it now. This is all what I'm meant to do. By me going to the grave, it's not going to benefit me. Me touching the Kaaba, it's not going to benefit me. Me kissing the Kaaba, it's not going to benefit me. Only thing that's going to benefit me in this deen is worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah?
Can I ask you, do you agree with Sahih? Do you agree with the hadiths?
I agree with the hadiths.
Yes.
Any hadiths authentic, I agree with. I agree with everything in the Quran.
Okay.
The things where you're saying like the pagan rituals and all that, cool. I'm just telling you what I wouldn't do, basically. Me personally, as a person,
but do you agree?
I have with God.
Do you agree with what they said here about it being pagan? And so obviously, I do agree. I
didn't find nowhere there it's being pagan. It's saying people basically
in ignorance.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
But Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam come with the message to not be ignorant, to follow, obey Allah and obey the Messenger. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is what I believe and this is what I follow.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I can see that you believe that. The reason why I know that you believe that is because. Regardless of your authentic, your orthodox Muslim teachings and followers, although I've read you and you do agree that Sahih Bukhari is true, okay, but you clearly have said that I wouldn't go and do the Hajj, for example.
No, I would go and do the Hajj.
Okay.
I will pray around the Kaaba, but I see a lot of people touching it and kissing stone, and all this to me feels wrong because it doesn't benefit me. That Kaaba, that stone, is all going to get destroyed on the day of judgment, just like me. Right. So it doesn't benefit me. Right. I would go there to worship, to get my 155,000 prayer with one salah. Right. I would go there to see where the Prophet walked, what he done, but I wouldn't do things like go to Medina, go to the grave, everyone's touching the grave. Like that to me, I find that scary, and it's a form of worship. And I would not go to visit the graves of the companion or the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam because it doesn't benefit me. What am I going to say to him in the grave?
So can you see why Christians, when we look at the hadiths, and you say that these are authentic hadiths, and we read them, we cannot really trust these. You see why we cannot trust these sources because originally because
there was nothing in there really said about Muslims doing pagan worship.
No, because the initial
it was in ignorance.
Yeah, the initial
Muhammad came for the ignorance.
Yeah. So the initial discussion you was having was, you know, the origins of Islam, and so. Clearly, when you want to look at the origins of how it came about, we've got to look at, you know, the history, right?
That's not how it came about, Godwin, what you're reading.
But I'm reading your authentic.
Yeah, he's reading of the people in state of ignorance. When it says to do something and not to do something, it doesn't say go and worship.
Remind me your name, brother. Remind me your name, brother.
Yusuf Abdul Haq.
For sure.
Yusuf.
Yusuf, yeah, okay, Yusuf. Yusuf, what I'm saying is this. I'm not saying it's authentic. Obviously, I don't believe that. What I am saying, what I'm saying is that according to Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, or a lot of other your tasfirs and sirahs and so on and so forth, it's going to give us information, the biography. It's going to give us the followers of Muhammad. It's going to give us information. In relation to the history,
to worship the Kaaba and the Jannah.
Well, no. What it says here is that what Muslims currently practice. Okay.
What now? Today.
That's what they practice. Yeah, running back and forth from the mountains and all the things that I mentioned. Yeah.
No, they don't do that.
But they don't. Okay.
They don't do that. Running back.
To run along the valley between the two green pillars of Safa and Marwa.
Huh? Go on. Read it.
Yes, he says they did it 7 times. Was not sunnah. So he's saying here.
He's telling you what it is.
Right,
he's telling you it's not sunnah.
Right. That's my point.
If people do it, it's haram.
That's my point. My point is.
If it's haram, it's nothing to do with Islam.
Yeah. So my point is this, right? Okay. Because we're talking about the where Islam originated from, and I'm saying if you go into even the word Allah, it was a Nabatean God. Number one. Number two. When you look
I can let
me just finish.
The whole name of Allah to you if you want to know.
Okay, let me show you because the Nabateans came before Islam, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that they follow the right prescription of Allah because they came through before Allah.
Right, but that's not the point I'm making.
For the deen of Islam.
The point I'm making, if you can hear me out, the point I'm making is this: is that when we look at a lot of the practices that because Muhammad claims to be the final prophet, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, Allah gave him that.
Right.
Calls him Nabi Rasulullah.
Okay. Right. Okay. So Muhammad claims to be the last prophet, right?
Allah gave him the name.
Okay. Well, yes. Okay. According to the Muslims, Allah gave him that name, right? Okay. So he's come with a message, or the final message for mankind. He obviously authenticates other prophets that came before him, like Moses, Abraham, and so on and so forth.
Never said one bad thing
Hold on. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just simply saying that we're supposed to believe, or we're supposed to study the Sunnah and the origins and the background, because if you read just the Quran by itself, you're not going to get enough information. For example, you do 5 prayers every day, right?
You do, because we've got tasfir. Of course you get enough information.
No, but I'm saying just from the Quran itself.
You do. You get enough information from the Quran.
Okay.
But you follow the Sunnah and the ways of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have to have the hadith.
How would you know how to pray 5 times a day?
Because we got revealed in the Quran.
Does it show in the Quran that you pray 5 times a day?
It shows you. It says to establish salah.
Yes.
Yeah, and pray salah 5 times a day.
Okay, can you show me the Quran where it says that?
Wait, just establish salah. Pray
5 times a day. Yeah.
Establish salah and pray 5 times a day.
No, show us here. Yeah. It's not in the Quran. It's in the hadiths. You need the hadiths to understand.
The hadith.
Okay, let him just show us.
How to pray. It tells you to pray Du'a and how to pray Asr and how to pray Maghrib. But the Quran says to pay the zakat and establish your salah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Can you show us where it says that this is how you pray 5 times a day?
No, I never said that.
You said What did you say?
Said how you pray 5 times a day, or did I say
No,
you
no,
have to
no. I'm
establish
saying
Salah? Did I say
Salah and pray
the
5
zakat?
times a day.
Pray, establish, pray the zakat.
Yes.
If I said it, then I was wrong.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah?
That's fine.
But I don't think I said it. But
Okay.
establish zakat and pray.
You said it.
Astaghfirullah, because I want to get it all out at once.
Yeah, relax. We got time. Relax.
Pay the zakat and to establish Salah.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
What, you're telling me the Quran doesn't say
But my
this?
point is still the same. Because I'm saying to you that you still have to go to the hadith to
we
know
have to.
how to. And so that is my only
Because,
point.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because
So that's what. So let me finish my point before you go on.
Salah came, we had to establish Tawheed for 13 years before certain things can come. Do you understand what I'm saying? The people had to know about the oneness of Allah, how Allah wants things, and the knowledge Allah wants to give to you before you can even submit your will to Him.
Right. So that's you basically made my point. My point is this: is that you don't simply just go by the Quran. I've read you some texts
No,
from
you
the.
said, is the Quran enough?
Hold on.
It is. Of course it is enough.
So let me just finish here. You would not, for example, I give an example. You would not know how to do the 5 salats, okay? If you don't have the hadith, you cannot get it simply just from the Quran. And there's other things.
You can
There's
get it off the
hold on.
You can get it off the tafsir.
Tasfir is not the Quran.
It's the explanation
Okay,
of
you know
the
what?
Quran.
You know what? Okay.
You know, if you
It's not the
Christians had
Quran.
the same thing, you lot wouldn't have different beliefs on certain things.
Okay, all right. Let me get your
Like
position.
we all have the same belief.
Yusuf, is your position that you can have all you want about Islam from the Quran?
Pardon?
Is your position that you can have all the information you need to be a Muslim just from the Quran?
Is that all I need?
No, I'm asking you, do you, okay, you have, obviously we know there's other sources aside from the Quran.
What's your point in a way?
Okay, the question is this, is that, I'm asking you, do you need, can you get all the information you need from the Quran, or do you need additional sources? That's my question.
You can get all the information from the Quran.
Without the additional sources?
You can get all the information from the Quran.
To be a Muslim?
Not to be a Muslim. To be a Muslim is to submit your will to Allah.
Okay,
That's to be a
not-
Muslim.
Okay, right, so.
To be a Muslim is to submit your will to God.
Okay, so so how you do the Hajj, how you pray
Allah
5 times a
told
day,
us- Allah
is this in the
told
Quran?
Allah told us about the 5 pillars of Islam.
But I'm saying to you, how you practice your sunnah, how you practice being a Muslim, teaching, the following, what you follow.
I told you, I've explained to you and I've established what we have in Islam and what we use of evidence. We have Quran as number 1.
Okay.
The second, we have Tawheed. Number 2, we have the Hadith. Number 3, we have the Hadith of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Number 4, we have the scholars. Yeah? This is the only thing we go off.
So you do need the sources, right?
What's first though? What's first?
Yeah, okay, regardless of priority, do you need it?
What
Yes
is
or no?
first? No.
Okay, you said the Quran.
In my eyes,
Then you said the, what did you say, Tawheed?
Yeah, Tawheed.
And then you have, okay, so, yes, we agree, okay, we can agree that, okay, you do need the Quran. However, do you need those additional sources below it?
Of course you need it.
Okay, that's my point.
It
That's
doesn't
it.
go- it
That's
doesn't-
what we were trying to say. That's what we're trying. So let's continue. So, so according to your Quran, so this is, again, here, it's narrated, Salim, that his father, where are we? Yeah. Narrated Salim that his father said, I saw Allah's apostle arriving at Mecca. He kissed the black stone
I've already
corner
told you
first
about this.
while doing tawaf and did Ramal in the first
What did
3
he say?
rounds of
What did
7
he say?
rounds. And here's what he's saying,
What
clearly
did he
saying.
say? Sorry.
And this is the reason why Muslims follow this tradition. But the tradition comes, this is Bukhari.
Yeah, now I know who it
Yeah.
is, but what did he say when he picked up the stone to kiss it?
Read it. I just read it. Look, it says it. I'll read it again. Do you want to read it yourself?
No, you read it.
Okay, narrated Salim that his father, I'll read all the way to it, yeah?
read all the way.
Narrated Salam that his father said, I saw Allah's apostle arriving at Mecca. He kissed the black stone corner first.
Yeah, and what
while
else?
doing tawaf and did Ramal in the first 3 rounds of the 7 rounds.
Yes.
That's what they do, 7 rounds
Yes.
of tawaf. Sahih Bukhari, volume 2, book 26. Again, narrated Azu bin Arabi. It says, a man asked Ibn Umar about the touching of the black stone. Ibn Umar said, I saw Allah's apostle touching and kissing it. The questioner said, but if there was a throng, much rush around the Kaaba, and the people overpowered me, what would I do? He replied angrily, stay in Yemen, as that man was from Yemen. I saw Allah's apostle touching and kissing it. So what I'm saying to you,
the stone.
okay, so what I'm saying to you is that
But does
the
it say worship the
sunnah,
stone? That
okay?
is the sunnah.
Wait,
Kiss
no,
the stone.
I'm just
Because
explaining.
it says it, no, Muhammad said.
You don't follow Muhammad.
Listen, of course, whatever he done, man has to do, but
Right.
you're getting it
That's
all
my point.
twisted,
That's
blood.
my point.
Because when the stone got kissed, he specifically said, "This doesn't benefit me." And I mean,
Where does it say that? Where
not
does
him,
Muhammad say
I mean, not Muhammad. I mean, Umar Khattab says, "This doesn't benefit me.
Okay.
I wouldn't kiss the stone unless I see the Prophet kiss the stone."
No. Let me read this. Let me correct what you just said. Let me read what he's actually trying to say. Okay. So in Sahih Bukhari 15597, okay, this is what he says. Okay, narrated Abis bin Rabi. Umar came near the black stone and kissed it and said, "No doubt, I know that you are stone and can neither benefit anyone nor harm anyone."
So
Wait,
that-
let me
so
finish.
that
Wait,
proves
hold
they're
on,
not
sir.
to worship
Sir,
the
sir,
stone.
let me finish. Let me
Go
finish.
on.
I want you to hear this carefully.
Go on.
Yeah? Had I not seen the messenger of Allah kissing you, I would not have kissed you. So he's saying, listen, the reason he's doing what proper Muslims are supposed to do.
What
If you
is your point?
if you see Muhammad doing it,
What is your
then
point?
you should be
Is that your
doing it
point?
yourself.
Is that your point?
No, I haven't. Let me make my point again.
Okay.
The point is Muhammad is supposed to be this perfect example according
though.
to Surah 33.
No, your phone will tell you.
Hold on.
No, if you type in the best.
Just a
role
minute,
model
just a
to
minute.
watch,
You said what's my point? Let me make my point. Okay, according to the Quran, Surah 33 says that he's the best example for mankind. Therefore, as a Muslim, you should be following what he does, how he lived his life, and how he carried it, because he's a role model to you. Okay?
No, what he's
That is the
saying-
reason. Hold on, let me finish, and then you can rebuttal me. Yeah. But what's happening is other Muslims are doing exactly what you ought to be
Do I
doing.
follow other Muslims?
No, but listen to what I'm saying. Listen to me. I'm not judging you or that. I'm just simply saying what's happening.
Okay.
Muslims are following what the Prophet Muhammad did, but you've chosen not to. And I'm asking you, why would you not choose to follow your Prophet if you believe that you should be, according to the Quran, you should be following him because he's the perfect example?
No, it's something, if I kiss it, it's not haram or halal if I kiss it, bruv. Yeah? I choose to not kiss it because I don't want to kiss it. It doesn't mean because the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ kissed it, I have to kiss it. It means because he kissed it, people will choose to kiss it, bruv. It doesn't mean that you have to go and kiss it. And it doesn't mean to go and worship a stone. It doesn't say worship the stone, it doesn't say nothing like that. All it was saying is you kiss the stone because it has something to do with Allah.
Right. Okay.
Showing his
See.
appreciation.
Okay. See. The problem you're gonna have.
not gonna have
Godwin,
no
yeah.
problem.
Okay. The problem. Muslims have. I won't personalize it. I'll say the problems Muslims have is that a lot of these rituals, a lot of these things they carry out.
What rituals? That's not a ritual.
It is a ritual. It's something that you do repetitively.
They
It's a
choose
it's a
to do
religious
it.
ritual.
It's something not what you have to do. A ritual in a
Okay.
religion.
So
is
Hajj is
something-
not a ritual.
Okay. A ritual in religion is something you have to do within the religion with the ritual.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
don't have to kiss the stone. We don't have to touch the Kaaba, and we don't have to choose to go to any of the graves. And I told you, I choose not
so
to
why?
do
So why?
anything.
Okay. So
That's
the
just
question.
me.
So the question is. The question is this. Okay. All right. Muhammad did that. We can agree on that. Yeah. Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay. So Muhammad did that. Right.
Cool. He kissed the stone.
He kissed the stone. He ran through Marwa and
He
Safa.
ran through the
He did
Marwa.
all these religions.
Did it say he ran
He did
through
all
the
these
Marwa?
really.
Did it
No,
say
no.
Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings,
My friend.
said he ran through the Marwa?
My friend.
Did it say that? No,
my friend.
this-
My
did
friend.
it
Are
say
you
that?
arguing me? Because remember, I let you talk.
No, I'm
Alright,
asking
you finish talking. You finish
I'm just
talking.
asking you a question. Did it say that
No.
on the
What
hadith you
what
read?
it's saying here?
Did you say he ran through both mountains? Does it say Prophet Muhammad ﷺ ran from both mountains?
No, it said he kissed the black stone.
Huh?
He said he kissed the black stone.
Yeah,
that's what it shows
that's
you.
all I'm saying.
But you, okay, so the point I'm making.
Now, what is your point about him kissing the black stone? That's all I want to know. Then we can go off of that.
What is the point?
Yeah, what is the point?
The point I'm-
Prophet Muhammad,
Okay.
person's kissing the black stone.
Okay. In the Apostle, I'm going to read it, 33:22. Okay. In the Apostle, 21, sorry. Okay. In the Apostle of Allah, there is certainly for you a good exemplar for those who look forward to Allah and the last day and remember Allah greatly. So my point is this, is that God, according to you,
Read
Allah...
that again.
All right, I'll read it again, but let me
Read
read
it again.
Yeah.
Beg you.
In the Apostle of Allah, there is certainly for you a good exemplar for those who look forward to Allah and the last day and remember Allah greatly.
Okay, what
now,
did you get
hold
from
on.
that?
Let
What
me.
did you get
Yeah,
from
wait.
What did you get
I was,
from that?
you have a good example
Yeah.
by Muhammad. Let me finish
Yeah.
my point. Let me finish
Yeah,
my point.
carry on now, but what else do you get from
hold
that?
on one second. Let
Before
me.
you go on your point, you need to tell me
That's
what
my
you're getting
point.
from
My
that.
point is that he's the example. He's the role model for mankind. That's what I'm getting from it. Yeah? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me make my
The
point.
best
So let me continue.
Show me how to
so
be
sir,
a man.
So let me make my point, brother. Yeah, Yusuf. Yeah. What I'm simply saying is this: is there's in another surah, it says Allah Himself says this. It says, if you follow,
surah?
if you love me, I'll find it. You know the surah when it says, if you love me, follow my Prophet Muhammad and then I will love you. Can you find that? Yeah?
Yes, sir,
All right. Yeah? So you agree with that, yeah?
I agree
All right.
with that.
Okay. So Allah says that if you love him, you will follow my Prophet.
Yeah.
Okay?
But what's
and
that
so,
got to do with me kissing a stone?
Brother, brother,
I'm already told it's not benefiting me.
brother, I understand what you said. What I'm saying to you is that it's the sunnah. Should we look at what the word sunnah means?
I know what the word. You can't
So what
tell
does sunnah
me about
mean?
my religion.
Well, but I'm asking you because
That's like me trying to tell you about Christianity.
you seem-
you like shut up. Man.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You
I
can't
tell you
me
why, because you seem like an unorthodox Muslim.
Yeah, I'm
Because you're not doing what the sunnah is, you're not doing the teachings of Muhammad.
Right,
Sorry,
what, because I don't
Quran.
want to touch the Kaaba and kiss it.
That's right,
my
that's right.
decision. It's not the sunnah.
Okay, let me read this to you.
To touch the Kaaba is not something it's permissible to have. You have to do, or kiss the stone in Islam. It's not something you have to do.
Okay, well
That's
this
the
is what.
sunnah.
Okay, let's look at what the Quran says. No,
You have to. The sunnah is you have to follow the way of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Okay.
But you don't have to follow him kissing the stone because it was something not to follow.
Okay,
It
all
was
right.
something not to follow. It's just
Okay.
have his free will.
Okay, so is that a good example?
What?
Okay,
To kiss.
kissing the stone.
What are you trying to say? Does he worship? Is he
I'm
praying
saying
that
to you,
black
I'm saying
stone?
to you, Yusuf,
Does he
Yusuf,
pray to the black stone?
Yusuf, this is what I'm saying to you.
No, but that's what I'm asking you.
Yusuf,
Like, he
Yusuf,
kissed
listen,
it. We
listen.
can't. We can't kiss Allah.
Listen, that's the point. It's a pagan practice.
Watching the cross is a pagan practice.
Who watches the cross? When the Bible did say we should watch the cross?
No, I'm not saying you Christians.
okay.
I'm saying Christians in general get their neck and do pagan rituals. So you can't
But that's
tell
not
me
biblical. That's not teaching. But according to
Did Jesus kiss the cross? Yeah, but did Jesus kiss the
Yusuf, according to your Quran, show us where the Bible says Jesus kissed the cross.
No, I'm asking you.
No, he didn't.
Well, there you go. Then.
All right. But Muhammad kissed the stone. Yeah. But Muhammad kissed the stone.
Yes.
So it's not making
what
any
are
sense.
you trying? Listen. What are you trying to gain?
Yusuf, you're making me laugh now. Yusuf, you're making me laugh
You're making me laugh.
Right.
What are you, listen?
I'm saying,
what
okay,
I'm trying to say
okay.
is, what are you gaining or trying to say
Okay.
by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam kissing the stone?
Okay,
What are you trying to say?
let me say it. Please,
Because-
let me summarize. Let me
because
summarize what I'm
There's no
saying.
way in the Quran Allah says all praise be to Allah. It doesn't say all praise be to the Kaaba and the stone and Allah. It doesn't say
Okay,
that.
let me tell you what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this, right? We believe as Christians, just like you believe as Muslims, yeah? I summarize, yeah. This I'm kind of going to summarize, yeah. That God sent us a perfect role model, okay? A role model in Jesus Christ. And so,
But did he call
hold
women
on,
a dog?
one second.
Jesus Christ called a woman a dog.
We'll
Can you not call a woman a
come
dog?
to the minute. We'll come to the minute, yeah. What I'm simply doing is we're summarizing now, yeah. I'm
just
simply,
asking the
hold on.
question.
No, it's all right. Brother, let me finish my point. Yeah. Jesus Christ is our role model, okay? His example, right? And so we know in the Bible, it teaches over and over again, including the Quran. It says that in Surah 19:19 in the Quran, it says that he was a righteous man, okay? In the Bible, over and over again, in 2 Corinthians 5:21,
It proves
it says
the
that.
Prophet Muhammad is not a liar.
Hold on, brother. Let me just finish my point, and then.
he's not a
Well, I
liar.
know the passion, but just let me say what I'm saying, yeah? What I'm saying to you is that we follow Jesus Christ. If Jesus Christ loved people, give to brother.
Alright, go on,
If Jesus Christ gives to people, loves people, for example, he'll have teachings like love your enemy as yourself, bless those who curse you, do good to those who despitefully use you. Did you know what Jesus Christ did?
You're trying to tell me Jesus Christ
Hold on,
is a better role model than
brother.
Muhammad
No, that's not the point I'm
Get
making.
your phone out.
He is, but that's not the
get your
point.
phone out, bruv.
He is.
We'll see.
Yusuf, we're summarizing. Yusuf, the point is,
Your phone out.
Yusuf.
You got
Yeah,
phone?
no. Yusuf.
Everyone type in your phone who was the best
Yusuf.
role model to walk the earth.
Yusuf, we're finishing off, yeah? What I'm simply saying is this.
Don't run.
No, Ruben,
Don't
Yusuf,
run.
Yusuf.
You're trying to compare Jesus as a better role model than Prophet Muhammad.
Yusuf.
Google will tell you. son.
Okay.
Google.
Yeah.
Who's owns Google?
Huh?
Who owns Google?
You lot, innit? Christians.
Christians don't Google, the Jews. You're wrong about that one,
Why wouldn't they say Musa then?
Yusuf,
Why wouldn't they
one
say-
thing is this.
Listen.
Okay.
These are
You're not-
non-Muslims. Yeah.
Okay.
On the autobiography of Jesus' life, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's life, and anyone's life, out of the autobiography, they picked Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him.
Okay.
Do your research.
Your problem is this, Yusuf. The problem with Yusuf here is this.
I ain't got a problem.
Is that
it's when you try to downgrade the prophet.
no.
I'm his
You directly Let me read you what the commandments of Allah is, okay? So, if you love Allah, then follow me. Allah will
The
love
best role
you.
model
Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Water. Okay. Thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. Let's read it. Let's stick to the subject.
He's the best role model. You have to get the black stone.
Okay.
You have to kiss the black stone.
Hey, stay focused.
What? No, hear what I'm saying?
Stay focused. No. Stay focused.
No, don't try it, Run. Don't try it.
Stay focused. Yeah. No.
What are you trying to say?
No.
Does he worship the black stone?
Last point.
Okay. You make your last point. I'll make my last point.
You just keep saying.
All right. You make your point, and I'll make my point.
What
and that's
are you
it.
trying to say?
Yeah.
Are you trying to say because he kissed the black stones, now Muslims should kiss the black stones and worship the black stone and not worship Allah? Or are you trying to say, do we worship the Kaaba because we all pray around it because we can't fit in it because it's the first house of worship? What are you trying to say? Because there is no evidence in Islam that we worship the Kaaba or the black stone. It says, Surah Al-Fatiha says, all praise be to Allah, Lord of the world. That means all praise be to Allah. It doesn't say all praise be to the Kaaba and the Allah and the black stone. It don't say that. So when you're coming off these things, these little things when you go home on the weekend and you're nitpicking trying to attack Islam, it will never work because you cannot refute truth, bro. You cannot refute truth. Yeah?
Okay?
Yeah. I ain't finished. Wait, he's very good at this.
I'm waiting patiently.
Yeah? So when you're trying to accuse the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ by kissing the black stone, now he must worship him, this is not evidence, brother. Because I don't know. I'm not going to tell you something I don't know. I don't know his reason why he kissed the black stone. But I know Umar Khattab said, listen, kissing this black stone has no benefit. I wouldn't have kissed it if the Prophet kissed it. So basically, that's telling me I have a choice to kiss the stone or not. I have a choice to touch the Kaaba or not. I have a choice to stone the Jama or not. It doesn't mean I worship it. Yeah? Some people, like I told you, some people will kiss the black stone, touch the Kaaba and go to the grave. I said, I prefer not to do that. And you're telling me I don't follow the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. I don't recall the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ going to graves like that, bro. I don't recall it. Yeah?
All right, okay, thank
I don't
you.
recall the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ going up to the Kaaba and touching it and worshiping, saying to the Kaaba, Allahu Akbar, to the Kaaba. So what is your claim now? What I'm trying to say, what is your claim that he kissed the stone and people touched the Kaaba because he did? What's his claim?
All right, so, I was respectfully heard your point, and I thank you for, for saying what you had to say.
Yeah.
And respectfully, if you can let me say what I have to say. My point wasn't to say, okay, but I wasn't even emphasizing on the fact that he kissed the stone or that he ran to and fro from Safa Marwa. What I was saying is that it was a pagan practice, okay? The word Allah was worshipped is a Nabatean god, which was worshipped prior to Muhammad. That's the point I was making in that.
What is your point?
However, sir, I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you. Okay. And so the point we're making is this. In the Quran, according to Surah 33, Ayah 21, it says that Muhammad is a good, or Muslims would say the best example for mankind. In Surah 3:32, it says here, I'll read it for you. 31 here, it says, say if you love Allah, then follow me. Allah will love you and forgive you your sins, and Allah is all forgiving, all merciful. Say, obey Allah and the apostle. But if they turn away, indeed, Allah does not like faithlessness. So what he's saying here,
it's not making sense what he's trying to get onto.
The Allah is directly commanding my Muslim brother here to follow the Prophet Muhammad, the Apostle Muhammad, and then he will love him. Okay? Now Muhammad kissed the black stone, but he doesn't want to kiss the black stone.
I have Muhammad
killed innocent. Killed innocent people, but he won't do that. Muhammad, lived.
What, killed innocent people?
He killed innocent people.
No,
Yes,
evidence.
Evidence. No. I've got to finish.
Evidence.
I've got to finish.
You can't
Okay.
make these claims.
I'm summarizing. Okay. And so what I'm simply saying, we'll go to another thing. And what would happen is that although he claims to be a Muslim, he doesn't conduct his lifestyle the same way. And I would encourage my friend Yusuf to come to Jesus.
That was war.
Because Jesus Christ is the best role model for mankind. He's sinless, he's perfect. The Quran says in Surah 1990 he was a righteous man. But in the Quran it says that Muhammad is a sinner. And so I'd encourage my brother Yusuf to come to Jesus. Bye.